Want to meet Kitty? She doesn't like to be picked up. This is Polly. Say hi. Hi. Hi everyone, my name is Kira and welcome back to my channel. So, my kitty is digging in my trash. Don't do that. So today I have a kind of a mini book haul for the month of June. So, there's a secondhand shop near, well not really near me, but in my town called Hope Gospel Mission. And they had a deal where they had 5 books for $1. So I couldn't pass that up. So I went and got 15 books for $3. So I was originally planning on waiting and having these books be part of just my regular June haul. But I decided that 15 books is kind of a lot, and so, kitty, stop. Yeah, there's plastic bags all over my room. Stop. Go away. Sorry. Anyways, so I decided that I would be better off to do a book haul with just the 15 books that I got. So, hope you enjoy and let's get to it. Also, these are not in any specific order, they're just in whatever order I picked them up in. The first book I have is just this little teeny tiny book called Knowing Aslan. I'm not even sure who it's by. It's by Thomas Williams. It's An Encounter with the Lion of Narnia. And so it's just like a really teeny tiny book, and it just kind of talks about how Aslan relates to God and how C.S. Lewis drew his inspiration for Aslan with God, or drew his inspiration for Aslan from God. And so I read like half of it because I was in the car waiting for my grandma or something. So I haven't read all of it yet, but it's really teeny tiny and it's kind of cool. Next up is Ink and Bone by Rachel Caine. This just sounds very interesting. I feel like I heard it somewhere, I've heard about it somewhere else. But from what I can tell, it's about this society in where there's one huge library, but owning your own books is a crime. Something to do with that, but it's about books and libraries and stuff like that. So I thought it would be very interesting. Next up is The Castle in the Attic by Elizabeth Winthrop. This was one of my favorite books when I was little. I read this and I quite enjoyed it. I haven't read it since I was little, but I thought it would be fun to own my own copy of it. So this follows a boy named William who receives a toy castle and a toy soldier from this lady who is kind of leaving him. And so he then finds out that the soldier can come alive, and so his adventure continues from there. I'm excited to reread it. Again, it's very short. It's a children's book, so it's really short. So it'll be a fun time to rereading it, I think. So the next 2 books I have are The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and Prince Caspian. These are the movie edition covers, which will actually match my copy that I own of all 7 of the books, which has Voyage of the Dawn Treader covers. Now, a lot of people don't like movie covers, and a lot of the times I'm inclined to agree. I don't often go for movie covers when I can have like the original covers. But these movies are my favorite movies of all time. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is seriously my absolute favorite movie of all time ever. That has ever been in existence. And so I don't actually own my own copies of each individual book. I have, like I said, the big version with all 7 books in the series. But I saw both of these and I was like, I like these books, I like these movies, I might as well get them. Next up is Because of Winn-Dixie by Katie DeCamillo. Sorry if I said that wrong. This is a book I also read when I was little, and I remember it being pretty good. I have a younger sister now who could really start getting into books like this or like Castle in the Attic, and so I kind of bought them so that I could reread them and then I can ask her to read them because she also really likes reading, which is really cool for me. But this is essentially about a girl and her dog that she finds, and she names Winn-Dixie because she finds it in a Winn-Dixie grocery store. I don't actually know if those are still a thing or not. Whatever. There's a movie. This is also the movie cover, I believe, but I remember quite enjoying this book and the movie. The next up is a book called The Heart of Worship Files by Matt Redman. So Hope Gospel Mission, in case you can't tell, is a secondhand store, but it's focused on like Christian values, And so I do have a couple like devotional type book kind of like this. And so this is just something compiled by Matt Redman, who is a worship artist. And I don't know, it seemed kind of interesting and like I would enjoy it. Next up is The Shack by William Paul Young, maybe? Paul Young? W.M. Paul Young? I don't know. This just got recently made into a movie, as the cover shows. It's very controversial, and I'm not quite sure why. And I don't remember why. But I thought I would read the book for myself and kind of see where I stand for myself. This next book is one that I really wanted to read for a long time, but I just never have, mostly so I can watch the TV show and the movies, and that is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Now, I'm kind of struggling as far as classics go because I had to read Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte for my English class this past year. And I think because I had to read it for English, the reading experience was kind of ruined for me, and so I didn't really enjoy the book. So I'm hoping that if I read some more classics, but not necessarily for school, just for fun, that I will enjoy them more. So I really want to read Pride and Prejudice as well. This next book is Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. So Focus on the Family, or was it Adventures in Odyssey? One of the two. There was an Adventures in Odyssey episode where they did Pilgrim's Progress Revisited, and so they did kind of like a dramatized video version of Pilgrim's Progress. So I know the basic outline of the story and kind of what happened, but I've never actually read it. And so I'm interested in just kind of reading it and seeing what I think for myself. My mom said that it's like older language, and so it's kind of hard to get through, so I'm slightly worried about that. But I am excited to see how this progresses and hope that I can connect with some of the things that happen in here. This next book is A Story of God and All of Us by, who's it by? Roma Downey and Mark Burnett. This kind of connects with the TV show, the Bible TV show. A novel based on the epic TV miniseries The Bible, which is on Netflix, by the way. So I haven't watched them yet, but I'm really hoping to. I remember when they were first airing on TV, and I was like really interested in it, but I just never have. So I'm hoping to watch them, especially with my family. And I saw this, and I kind of just needed a couple more books so I can make it 15. So I was like, I'll pick that up. So so far from reading the back anyways, it just seems like a novelized version of what happens in the Bible, as if it were like just one continuous story instead of like broken up as it is in the Bible. My next book is 3 Cups of Tea by Greg Mortensen and David Oliver Raylan. This is about a guy who climbs a mountain and gets stuck or something and ends up in this village and realizes that they don't have schools, and so he comes back and builds some schools or something. My mom said that this was possibly not true, so don't quote me on that. I have no idea. But I'm interested in reading it and doing some more research and seeing what I find. Okay, so this book is one that I picked up at the very end because I had 14 books and I'm like, I might as well just find one more. And that is Veil of Roses by Laura Fitzgerald. This, I believe, is kind of like a romance-ish novel. A woman from Iran comes to America, and that's basically all I know about it. And I thought it sounded kind of interesting, and like I said, I just needed one more book, so I grabbed this one. This book is Crazy Love by Frances Chan. I've heard amazing things about this book. I know a couple of my friends have read it and said that it is fantastic. It's kind of a devotional, more type book. It's not like a storybook, but I am super excited to get to this. And my last book on this little mini haul is A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. Now, I saw the movie of this before I've read the book. I have not read the book, but I think I was over at one of my friend's house and she just kind of pulled it out and we watched it, and I thought it was so adorable and heart-wrenching and really cool. And so ever since then I've been wanting to read the book, and now I have it. So that is it for this mini haul. I hope you enjoyed. If you've read any of these books or have any thoughts on them, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!